Hello, and welcome to part one of a three-part yearly wrap-up trilogy. Joe, what's going on? I'm scared. So every year I do a little wrap-up of the top 5 console fanboys that I have covered in the year prior. You're watching that video right now. We're going to get into it in a minute about the top 5 biggest console fanboys of the whole year. But here's the thing. We had a very big year at Joe from Seattle. We had a lot of content over at Joe from Seattle this year. And I feel the highlights of the year cannot be properly encapsulated by looking at 5 doofuses. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you the top 5 console fanboys of the year, like I always do. And then in a couple days, I will give you the top 5 worst game journalist takes of 2025, cause boy gosh oh golly, there were some really bad ones this year. And then a few days after that, I'm going to give you the top 5 biggest PlayStation fanboy meltdowns of 2025, where we go over what I think are the 5 funniest instances from 2025 of PlayStation Twitter just breaking down over something stupid. Okay, we'll end the year with a bang. We'll do things large. We'll cover all the bases of Joe from Seattle because I make a lot of different kinds of content nowadays. But here's how we're gonna start. We're starting with the top 5 console fanboys of 2025, like we always do. And the rules for this are the same they always have been. In order to be eligible for this video, it has to be one console fanboy at a time, and I had to dedicate an entire video to them, or they had to have an entire segment dedicated to them in a Twitter Salt video. And I went through my entire goddamn year of uploads to find the other 2 lists. I appreciate you all very much, but my goodness, I've listened to too much of my voice today. But sincerely, thank you guys so much. The fact that I'm even thinking about doing 3 wrap-up videos is absurd. I never thought we would be here as a channel. But here are the top 5 console fanboys of 2025. In a couple days, we'll do top 5 worst journalists. A couple days after that, we'll do top 5 PlayStation fanboy community meltdowns. Links to all these videos are in the descriptions, and the no spoiler timestamps are down below if you want to skip around and see who's who. Number 5. So at number 5 is the fellow from this video who tried to claim that the Switch 2 is better than the Steam Deck because all Switch games run perfectly.
Of course, it does take more time, but every game that is optimized for Nintendo, either Nintendo Switch 1 or 2, is going to play, by definition, perfectly.
Okay, I see what we're doing here. Every Switch game, Switch 1 or 2, every Switch game is going to run perfectly? My boy, how soon we forget Mortal Kombat on the Switch? How soon we forget Hyrule Warriors? How soon we forget Tears of the Kingdom? Joe, Tears of the Kingdom, it's a great game. Yeah, sure, it runs like fucking ass, though. We're not talking about the quality of the games or the design of the games. He said the games run perfectly. Are you gonna look me in the face balls and tell me Tears of the Kingdom runs perfectly? Because it fucking doesn't. Plenty of games on the Switch have had subpar performance, or major performance issues, or major glitches. And I wasn't even going to talk about that until you started talking about that. Are we really about to say that Valve doesn't have the clout to get games running really well on the Steam Deck, but the Switch, all of them run perfectly? Like, bro, Mortal Kombat looked like this. Hyrule Warriors got down to like 12 frames per second or something. How are we even doing this right now? I love this thing that people do when they're trying to make a comparison between their favorite system and the system that they don't like, the system they're trying to pull people from to their favorite system. And like, instead of explaining why you think your system is better, you just start fucking lying about the other one. Why do you do this? I wouldn't be making this video if you didn't do that.
And I've always been optimistic about the Nintendo Switch 2's hardware. I'm hearing that it's more powerful than the Steam Deck, and there's no doubt about that.
On paper, yes. In performance, we'll see. Because, I mean, again, it's a PC. It's not a console. It's a PC. You have more customization with the way games run. And I mean, you seem to think the Switch runs everything perfectly, so I don't know why I would listen to your opinion on game performance. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Considering around the time where they started developing the hardware for this handheld console hybrid, it lands around the same time as the Steam Deck's development. But instead, they're using one of my favorite company's CPUs, the NVIDIA Tegra chip.
Okay, this is AI. This has to be AI. They're using one of my favorite company's CPUs, NVIDIA. Like, You're AI. You're AI. You probably are made of NVIDIA. At number 4 is the lad from this video who claimed that console gaming is better than PC gaming because console has more exclusives. That's why it's better. There's more console exclusives than PC exclusives. What?
PC gaming. Massive variety and mods. Access to thousands of games across Steam, Epic Games Store, and indie platforms.
Also emulation. We can emulate all the games. Like basically all the games, we can emulate them.
Mod support extends replayability and customization. Many console games eventually come to PC, though some remain exclusive.
Yeah, man, I'm just losing sleep over all the games that I can't play on my PC. All the console exclusive games, there's just, I'm just weeping every night at all of the giant list of games I can't play on the PC.
Console gaming. Exclusive blockbusters. PlayStation has God of War, Spider-Man, and The Last of Us.
All of those are on the PC. Actually, every single game that you've shown on screen is on the PC as well. You've been showing like a montage of PlayStation games, and ironically, you haven't hit any of the PlayStation games that are still exclusive. Again, this video came out in February of this year. There's just no excuse for this anymore.
While Xbox offers Halo, Gears of War, and Forza.
Those games have been on PC even longer than the other ones, man. Like, come on. We're not even trying anymore.
Exclusives are designed to maximize console performance.
Oh, they maximize console performance. Great, that's why all the exclusive games run phenomenally well on the consoles, right? Console exclusive games run super well because they maximize performance. I'm gonna mail you just a Tupperware of just piss. I'm gonna mail you a Tupperware of piss. This is ridiculous.
Some console games never come to PC or take years to port. Verdict. PC offers the biggest selection.
Wait, are we just not gonna talk about PC exclusives? We haven't mentioned PC exclusives. If exclusives are a point of like positive comparison, I like that phrase. I've been using that phrase, point of positive comparison. But if the mere presence of exclusive games is like a point of comparison, like who's got the exclusive games, the PC has more exclusive games. Like by a landslide. You yourself brought up indie games. That's a gigantic list of exclusive PC games right there. But then some of the most popular games in the world are PC exclusive. Games like Counter-Strike, games like Dota, games like Half-Life Alyx, games like League of Legends, games like World of Warcraft, games like StarCraft, games like fucking, I forget the name of it. Oh, what's that game I used to play the shit out of as a kid? And then Twitter had to help me remember the name of it. Tycoon Man? Super Tycoon? How build the skyscraper tycoon. Love that game. That game's not on console, therefore PC is better.
But consoles dominate with high-quality exclusives.
So console dominates because it has a smaller library of games by your own admission, because it has exclusive games that eventually go to PC by your own admission, and because the games are more expensive by your own admission. Are you under the influence? At number 3, this one's fun. It's the young lad from this video who tried to claim that the state of PlayStation Studios is actually the fault of PC gamers. Like, the whole thing, all of the negative criticisms of PlayStation, they're valid criticisms, but actually it's all the fault of PC gamers and not Sony, not Sony's fan base, not any like bad management, not any like market complacency. Actually, every problem with Sony is solely the fault of PC gamers. Zing! As most sensible PlayStation owners will tell you, Sony needs strong opposition to keep them in check. Without it, any company that ends up with a monopoly, just look at Nintendo during the NES era, will become anti-consumer no matter what good intentions they had when they were challenging the previous incumbent. I love this. Sony needs strong opposition to keep them in check. Yeah, that's supposed to be you. You're supposed to stop giving them money. You're supposed to go somewhere else. There is opposition. It's called the PC. It's called the Xbox. Those are the two opposing, platform forces to PlayStation. And if PlayStation doesn't have anything to offer you over them, why do you keep giving PlayStation money? Your premise is already broken. You just said Nintendo became a monopoly during the NES era and became anti-consumer. You're referring to Nintendo's monopoly in the past tense, so it's not there anymore. I wonder what happened. Oh yes, people stopped buying the console and went to play their games somewhere else. We call this the Wii U era. Nintendo was trying to convince you that they were better for HD, good hardcore gaming than the other guys, and the other guys were like, are you fucking serious? No. And all at the same time, Nintendo was trying to be like, look, we are the most wonderful family-friendly console, and all the people who are invested in wonderful family-friendly consoles were like, wait, so why would I upgrade from the Wii, which I already have? You're not giving me a reason to. Nintendo stopped doing things people liked, and no one bought the platform. You see how that's different from a lot of modern PlayStation fanboys and the modern PlayStation base, where the base will often just openly acknowledge that they don't like something about the platform, but then keep buying it and keep paying for it? I guess this is all just a long way to say that your premise here is just dumb. It's just dumb the way you're laying all this out. And also, just makes it even funnier that you say in the beginning that you've been watching with detached interest. Like, ugh. I'm not like paying that much attention, but you know, very long, elaborate reasons as to why I've been paying very close attention. Bro, you're allowed to say you care. We're gonna make fun of you for it because it's dumb why you care, but you're allowed to say you care. Moving on, every gamer knows that the bedrock of any format is its exclusive games. Full stop. No, it's not. My evidence, the PC, where the vast majority of games being bought and played are multi-platform, and yet it is the biggest gaming platform in the world. I wonder why that is. I wonder if there are ways that a platform can be more appealing than a different platform other than the exact pieces of software on it. That is the primary reason why you buy a console. Removing that makes the Xbox completely irrelevant to most people, because why invest in a format that has no exclusives when that means missing out on one that does? Easy. Skill issue. Stop caring. Like, seriously, stop caring so much about playing games immediately upon them releasing. Like, I just don't believe any game is that important. Wait for a port. What are you doing? More than ever, exclusives are vital to PlayStation, and that's why I think they should abandon the PC. So you're really worried about PlayStation becoming anti-consumer due to the lack of competition, but you don't think they should keep putting the games on PC, which would provide them platform competition for their own games. Are you stupid? Who the fuck at metro.co.uk read this and was like, yeah, that makes sense? Who the fuck? Where's the filter here? At number 2, this one's rough. Number 2 is appropriate. I made a poop joke. It's the young lad from this video who tried to claim that any real Switch, like criticism of the Switch 2, is just grifting. All of it is grifting. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to say about this one, but if you criticize the Switch 2 at all, it's just because you're a grifter. That's the only possible reason for it.
So number 3, $80 video games.
I cannot wait to hear you justify this one. I cannot wait to hear you justify this one. Everyone, like, you're saying these are the big 3 points that the grifters always make. $80 games, I cannot wait for this. Explain to me how digital games need to be $80 right now.
I swear to God, there is not a debate that is more tiresome at this point than people still bitching about $80 games.
And you aren't even gonna try. You're just doing the thing where you repeat the argument back in a shitty tone of voice and act like that's a counterpoint. Great, I love this.
If you don't like the price of the game and don't think it's worth it, just don't fucking buy it, dude. It's really not that hard. You don't have to sit there and throw a temper tantrum about it. You're not changing the fucking world.
How is that? Dude, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. If you don't like it, don't buy it. But then when people tell you not to buy it by saying $80 games are bullshit, you put them in the list with the hate grifters. You're literally repeating back what the grifters are saying, but you don't see yourself as grifting. Maybe because it's not a grift to criticize this. Oh my Lord. Man, people come and they make the same tired points, like about how $80 games are bullshit. Well, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're telling you not to buy it. Oh my God.
It's just fucking video games, man. Like for me, Mario Kart World was worth $80, so I bought it.
I can't wait for you to give other financial decision-making advice.
The Outer Worlds 2 does not look like it's worth $80 for me, so I'm just not going to buy it.
Yeah, I'm going to need that one explained. Like, I don't think either of these games are worth $80. I don't think games should be $80 at all. But you're going to have to explain why Mario Kart World is worth $80 and Outer Worlds 2 is not. Like, I'm gonna need that one laid out a little bit. Because one of these games clearly has more effort put into it than the other one.
I'm not going to throw a temper tantrum about it. I'm not going to cry, bitch, and moan. I'm just going to not play it. It's really that simple. Also, the Nintendo games aren't even all $80 like people are acting like they are.
Some of them are. Again, this is like the physical thing, the physical and digital thing. Just because not literally all of them are one way, that doesn't mean that none of them are. And the president has been set. Mr. Kennedy, the president.
The Donkey Kong Bonanza game seems like an extremely ambitious game.
That's why everyone immediately stopped talking about it after it came out, right?
Made by the 3D Mario team. It looks incredible, fully voice acted. It seems like
Voice acting in a game, groundbreaking.
one of the better Nintendo games coming out. That is still $70.
It's one of the better Nintendo games coming out. You know, all these Nintendo games coming out. There's just so many of them.
So to act like Nintendo has just raised the price of every single fucking game to $80.
Well, I mean, you brought up The Outer Worlds being $80. Nintendo broke the glass on $80 games. And then Microsoft is raising games to $80. And other publishers are certainly going to raise games to $80. So, yes, Nintendo did raise the price of maybe not every game, but basically every big AAA release. And I'd say within the next 12 months, $80 is going to be the standard price for AAA games, thanks to Nintendo. But at number 1 today, it was never going to be anyone else. It's JTech TV, specifically because of his cosmic level breakdown over the fact that a PlayStation-funded single-player game, that being Lost Soul aside, was launching on PC day 1. He wasn't stoked about it.
Hey, I'm right there with you. I'm always with you. Every day, every minute, every second, every week, every month,
every hotel room, every bedside, every snuggle session,
every year. I am on the same page with you, Brian. But it's not gonna fucking happen. We have too many fucking desperate PlayStation fans that need a W for validation of the purchase of their fucking box.
So PlayStation fans are desperate for W's. I mentioned this in a recent video, where if you say that PlayStation dudes are desperate for W's, the PlayStation guys come and yell at you. Or if you say that the PlayStation doesn't have a lot of first-party wins right now, the PlayStation guys come and yell at you. But then, when the PlayStation dudes are talking to each other, they're just like, man, we need W's. As long as other people don't notice that we need W's, we'll openly talk about the fact that we don't have any W's. Man, Sony, they're just really letting us down this generation. And then I, as a PC player, are like, hey, Sony's not giving you a lot of first-party games this generation. That's a little weird. And you're like, what? No, stop it, get out of here.
PlayStation is the greatest game company in the fucking world.
So PlayStation fans are desperate for a W, but also PlayStation is the best company in the world?
They are already a walking W.
PlayStation is a walking W. Concord, walking W. Factions canceled, walking W. Selling you a PS5 Pro for $700 on the back of their legacy of great first-party single-player games, but also barely any first-party single-player games, W. It's all a W. Raising the price of PS Plus, W. Spider-Man 2 comes out a buggy mess with an underwhelming story, W.
You do not need to give up what you are as a PlayStation gamer to support a game that is literally marketing itself as being better on PC right underneath your nose, forcing a fucking delay, literally forcing a delay, and you're still gonna be like, oh man, that's dope, oh my god, look at that, that's dope.
So what are you suggesting here, Jay? See, this is interesting. What I think you're saying here is that as a PlayStation player, as a PlayStation fan, as a PlayStation diehard, you shouldn't be supporting the game that goes day and date to PC because it's marketing itself to PC players in a different way than it is to PlayStation players. Because, you know, the PlayStation trailer for this game will just have, like, the gameplay or the cutscenes, you know? The PC trailer shows off things that PC players are going to care about. It's going to show off the utilization of DLSS. It's going to show off the frame rates. It's going to show off the optimization. There have been a surprising number of very, like, disappointingly optimized PC ports this generation. So the PC trailer, obviously, is going to be showing off how well the game runs. Also, you're clicking on this video from the NVIDIA channel. NVIDIA specifically. Of course, NVIDIA's version of the trailer is going to show off things like frame rate, because NVIDIA makes the fucking GPUs that a lot of people are going to be running this game on. But you're taking this as an indication that PlayStation fans should not be supporting this game because it's marketing itself to PC players. It's marketing the PC version of the game to PC players in a way that PC players are going to care about, so you as a PlayStation player should not care about this game, should not support this game. But who's publishing this game, Jay? It's Sony. Sony would not have allowed this game to release day and date on PC if they didn't want it to. And that's what I find fascinating about this. You want to place the blame on the game. You want PlayStation players to not support this game because it's sacrificing what makes you a PlayStation fan. But Sony is the one signing the checks. It's not the game's fault that it's launching on PC. It's Sony's fault that the game's launching. Ooh, my buddy just texted me that he got his second Blue Eyes in Legacy of the Duelist. Because that's the kind of hardcore gamers we are. We're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. But I just find this really funny. Sony is doing a thing. The game's not doing anything. Sony is doing the thing. And you're talking about how Sony's a walking W, PlayStation is a walking W. I would trust Sony to the ends of the earth, man. And then Sony does a thing, and you are doing everything you can to not blame Sony for the actions of Sony. Just very interesting to me.
Nigga, we're not getting those frames.
And that concludes the top 5 console fanboys of 2025. Thank you all so much for watching this year. We got big things happening next year. Big stuff going on. In a couple days, I will have the top 5 worst game journalist takes of the year. A couple days after that, we'll do top 5 PlayStation community breakdowns of the year. And then we'll flush this year down the big pooper, down the big toilet crapper pooper. Toodles.